right now, New York's #1 news with Michelle Charlesworth and Pedro Rivera and meteorologist Danny Beckstrom and the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News this morning.
Hamas has freed 6 Israeli hostages amid heightened tensions over the future of the fragile ceasefire deal in Gaza.
The FDNY is investigating what caused an apartment fire that hurt 6 people in Brooklyn.
And what a federal judge decided yesterday about the future of Mayor Adams' corruption case as calls for him to be removed from office continue to grow.
Taking a live look outside, it got a little bit warmer. We added 5 degrees. Thanks for being with us on this Saturday morning. Our last newscast in this building, period. It's February 22nd. We're grateful. We're together. We're roomies who are moving to a bigger and better place. Good morning. I'm Michelle Charlesworth.
And I'm Pedro Rivera. It's like your entire family is getting together, moving into a new house. Same people, same, you know, everything, except just a new home.
And decluttering.
Decluttering.
Big. This one here, her desk.
Yeah, I think we're taking some clutter, let's be honest.
Thank goodness.
I am carrying the bag of clutter with me. You can pry it out of my cold, dead hands. Okay, 27 degrees right now. Happy Saturday. You know, the vibes are feeling pretty good this Saturday morning. I know it's cold, 27 degrees, feeling like teens in a lot of the area, but weaker wind as we start this thawing trend. This past week has been so frigid. Temperatures coming in below freezing, and we're climbing above the freezing mark this afternoon with that weaker wind, so everything working together to make it feel a little less harsh outside. Right now, 21 in Poughkeepsie, 26 in Bridgeport, 27 for Belmar. Still seeing wind chill in the teens for Newburgh. For White Plains, it feels like 19 in Belmar. But a nice sunny sky, just a few high clouds in the mix, and that's the trend through this afternoon. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy as our highs make their way to the upper 30s. Now, we are still going to come in about 5 or so degrees below the seasonal average, but at least we're above freezing and we don't have that wind, so upper 30s close to 40 should feel fairly comfortable for your Saturday. Really not bad. But the warming trend just getting warmed up. Mid-40s by tomorrow, which means we're finally close to seasonal averages for the first time since last Sunday. It should feel a little more comfortable, noticeably more comfortable tomorrow. Similar story Monday, mid-40s with more clouds than sun, but by Tuesday, that's when we're really turning up the temperature. We have a couple days with highs in the 50s on the 7-day, so I'm telling you, much better weather ahead. Just make it through this cold Saturday morning, and we'll be feeling better moving into this afternoon. I'll have the full forecast for you coming up in a few minutes. Michelle?
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, Danny. New this morning, Hamas has released 6 Israeli hostages who were being kept in Gaza as part of its ongoing ceasefire deal. More than 600 Palestinians will be freed from Israeli prisons in exchange. The fragile truce between Israel and Hamas was threatened after a body was misidentified on Thursday. It was a missing mother who was kidnapped and killed in Gaza. She had been taken with her 2 young sons and husband. Only her husband survived. Late yesterday, Hamas handed over another body, which Shiri Bibas's family did confirm positively to be her there.
Despite Governor Kathy Hochul saying that she won't remove Mayor Adams from office, costs continue to grow to do just that. The New York Immigration Coalition plans to hold a rally and march this afternoon after a federal judge delayed his decision on dropping corruption charges against Adams. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis joins us live from outside City Hall with the details. Good morning, Marcus.
Good morning, Pedro. That rally to begin at Washington Square Park make its way up here to City Hall Park this afternoon. It has been a busy week for the embattled mayor. This week, a federal judge adjourned the corruption case against Eric Adams, did not outright dismiss the charges as had been requested by the Justice Department. Now, critics have argued that there is a quid pro quo with the Trump administration to enforce the president's immigration policy in exchange for dropping those criminal charges. The judge has issued appointed an independent counsel for the time being, former U.S. Solicitor General Paul Clement, to argue against that DOJ motion. And yesterday, the mayor insisted he is not necessarily disappointed by that decision.
Well, I think, you know, a life is full of process. It's about the process. I respect the process, and I have a great deal of faith in my legal team.
Well, earlier Earlier this week, Governor Kathy Hochul said she would not remove the mayor, instead put in place a series of guardrails, including someone with oversight on City Hall to make sure that there is stability in City Hall. The mayor says he is not stepping down. Nevertheless, there will be that rally today calling for him to do just that. It will kick off at noon. We're live at City Hall. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Marcus, thank you so much. Mayor Adams filed a lawsuit yesterday against the Trump administration over $80 million the White House removed from a city bank account. The lawsuit alleges Trump's team didn't follow protocol, violated federal laws, grant terms and regulations when they reversed the transfer of that money. The funding, that is, had been given by FEMA to the city to help to cover the costs of the migrant crisis. New overnight, 6 people were hurt in an apartment fire in Brooklyn. Flames broke out around 11:30 last night on Hawthorne Street in Prospect Lefferts Gardens. The FDNY says 1 victim was taken to Kings County Hospital. 5 others refused medical attention. They said they were okay at the scene. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
A federal judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from carrying out certain directives related to DEI programs. The judge says Trump's actions likely violate the First Amendment. In his ruling, the judge argues the government couldn't freeze or cancel equity-related contracts. The ruling also blocks the administration from requiring grant recipients to certify their programs don't promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. All right. Another major shakeup in leadership in Washington. President Trump has fired the country's senior military officer as part of a purge at the Pentagon. The White House removing 4-star fighter pilot General Charles Q. Brown. He is only the 2nd African-American to hold the Joint Chiefs Chairman's job. Brown is set to be replaced by retired Air Force General and Trump ally Dan Cain. Several top other military officers were also let go.
The man accused of shooting and killing United Healthcare's CEO made his first court appearance yesterday since his arraignment that happened in December. The legal team for 26-year-old Luigi Mangione argued there were serious issues with how police in Pennsylvania collected evidence from the alleged killer. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest on where this legal saga heads next.
This was the scene outside a New York City courthouse. A raucous crowd of supporters cheering on accused killer Luigi Mangione and protesting what they call a broken healthcare system.
Stop denying!
Supporters waiting for Mangione to make his first court appearance since he was arraigned in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The case, a cultural flashpoint. Some Mangione supporters going as far to hack a Department of Transportation road sign to read, "One less CEO, many more to go." In court Friday, Mangione wearing a bulletproof vest over a dark green sweater, surrounded by officers. He was shackled both at the ankles and handcuffed. His attorney arguing images like these will make it difficult for Mangione to get a fair trial.
He is being publicly treated as guilty and as having the presumption of guilt as opposed to the presumption of innocence, which is what he is entitled to.
Mangione pleaded not guilty to all charges in connection to allegations that he gunned down Thompson outside a New York City hotel in December. He was arrested just days later after being spotted at this Pennsylvania McDonald's in Altoona and extradited to New York City by NYPD helicopters to face charges.
We are concerned that Luigi's constitutional rights were violated in Pennsylvania.
His attorneys telling a judge there are, quote, serious search and seizure issues with the evidence Altoona police say they collected from Mangione.
In the months to come, expect the defense to try to exclude a lot of the evidence that was gathered here. The biggest fights in this case may occur before the trial, where the defense tries to keep out of evidence lots of the material and comments and writings from Luigi Mangione.
I'm Morgan Norwood, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Yesterday marked 60 years since civil rights icon Malcolm X was assassinated in Harlem, but his family is pushing to get this case pushed back into the spotlight in the very room where that killing took place at the Shabazz Center in Washington Heights. Attorney Ben Crump called for the government to declassify files related to the case, saying there's so much more to the story that the public doesn't know about.
It's almost as if you're putting together the puzzle, but a chunk of the puzzle is missing because individuals on the other side of the room are holding the puzzle pieces behind their back.
Those comments come after Crump sued several government agencies last November, alleging that the FBI, CIA, and the NYPD all played a role in a conspiracy to assassinate Malcolm X, then covered it up. At 9:08, the MTA says better bus service is coming to Queens this summer. The agency announced the much-anticipated redesigned network is rolling out on June 29th. A second phase will start August 31st. The $35 million overhaul will add 11 local routes to the borough and enhance the service that's already been running. Officials say a majority of Queens residents rely on mass transit, and these changes will make the commutes faster and easier.
Coming up on Eyewitness News on this Saturday morning, our last show here, we're moving. Drink up, coffee lovers.
Yes.
Even if you use like an alternative milk, a non-dairy milk. Dunkin' customers can soon expect a little bit of a change, and that's for the people who take the non-dairy milk.
It's a good change. Plus, how 7 on Your Side helped a LaGuardia airport worker who got hurt on the job after her bank account got frozen.
Need a morning routine? Wake up with Eyewitness News this morning. Breaking news and headlines to start your day. The AccuWeather forecast to know what to wear. Traffic and transit alerts to get you there on time. Eyewitness News this morning. Monday on Channel 7 and wherever you stream.
Carolina is giving damsel in distress energy.
What's going on?
She takes him away for the rest of the day.
I did not grab him.
Are you gonna go talk to Grant? Because that would be crazy.
I guess I'm crazy and evil.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Get President's Day savings all month long. Lease an all-electric BZ4X for $159 a month, or lease RAV4 with all-wheel drive for just $329 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
You can gamble on everything. Now you've just got to ask yourself, should I? Take a pause and take our survey to learn about your gambling habits, setting limits, and free financial counseling. OASAS, here for you every step of the way.
Donald Trump promised to bring down prices, but all we got is chaos, while prices just skyrocket. Josh Gottheimer's the Democrat for governor with a plan to make Jersey affordable. He'll cut property taxes 15%, lower costs for renters, and cut taxes for seniors.
The bottom line, you're paying too much in taxes and not getting your money's worth. I'm the only candidate for governor with a detailed plan to cut your taxes. I'll get it done.
Josh Gottheimer, lower taxes, lower costs for Jersey.
Monday, March 3rd, we turn Hollywood's biggest night into a morning you'll never forget. Live from the Oscars stage, it's Lives After the Oscars show in Hollywood.
Monday, March 3rd at 9 a.m. on ABC-7.
Welcome back. The FDA is recalling some frozen shakes linked to a deadly listeria outbreak. The products were sold under the brand names Cisco Imperial and Lions Ready Care. They were given out at places like hospitals and long-term care facilities across nearly 24 states. The shakes have been blamed for the deaths of at least 11 people. Dozens more have gotten sick. Health officials say the outbreak includes cases dating all the way back to 2018.
Amid increased demand, boy, are people talking about this. The FDA says a shortage of the popular weight loss drugs, Wegovy and Ozempic, is over. The medications are also used to treat diabetes. That's how this whole thing started. The agency first declared a shortage of semaglutide, the main ingredient in the drugs, in 2022. For now, pharmacies that customize drugs for patient-specific needs will be able to make copies of semaglutide. Officials say that leeway is going to continue through April 22nd to avoid unnecessary disruption for all patients.
Some good news for people who prefer non-dairy milk with their coffee, oat, almond, all those types. Well, Dunkin' is ditching its fee for milk alternatives starting March 5th. It comes as advocacy groups like PETA have put pressure on businesses for the surcharges. Companies have also faced lawsuits because of the fees. Coffee giant Starbucks removed its fee back in November, and now smaller chains are following suit.
Did y'all see that Dunkin' that we showed? It's the fanciest building I think I've ever seen at Dunkin'. It was very nice, very fancy. Imagine this, that you deposit a much-needed check into your account and you end up getting locked out, cannot touch that money, which is your money. 7 on Your Side has freed up locked money, thousands of dollars over the years. Often checks are flagged for fraud, freezing the account, and sometimes that really does help people out. Here's Nina Pineda with the keys to another locked out customer.
I went to bend down and pick something up, try to get up, my back completely went out on me.
It was a move she made 1,000 times, but this time, Nareda Brown, an airline ramp agent at LaGuardia Airport, herniated 3 discs, and 1 doctor's note later,
I was told I would no longer be able to work because of the back injury. I then get a call from the workers' comp insurance. I was told that the airline that I was working for was offering me a settlement.
That settlement for her injury, a sky-high 5-figure payout. That money couldn't have come at a better time. She has 3 small children at home, had used up all her savings. Tuition was due for her oldest son, but luck was not on her side with that check.
The next day after receiving the check, I was told my account was frozen.
The receipt from the bank clearly states that access to her money would be delayed for 3 days. Standard operating procedure for deposits over $5,525. But it got worse.
Then I was told that my account was sent for closure. Why was my bank account set for closure? This is a settlement check that I received.
Nareda said she gave the bank all the information they needed to prove it was not fraud.
I honestly just felt really hurt. Like, I felt like they didn't think I deserved to have that amount of money.
She says the bank told her if it couldn't verify the funds were legit in 30 to 60 days, they were going to close her account and cut her a check for the full amount. But she didn't understand if they couldn't verify her deposit, how were they going to cut her a check? After all that confusion, she had enough. So she contacted 7 on Your Side, and we got in touch with the bank. Within a week, the account was open and fully funded.
Thank you, 7 on Your Side, for getting this issue resolved. I can relax, no more stress. Thank you, guys.
In Bed-Stuy, Nina Pineda, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
That's fantastic news. The victim of a traumatic shark attack now walking out of a Florida rehab center on her 2 feet. Big applause there for Riley Decker. Her and a friend, they came face to face with a shark in the Bahamas earlier this month. She said she felt a tug on her leg, but just kept swimming. Well, it turns out the shark bit her, sending her to the hospital, but that did not change her positive outlook.
We're going to get little shark teeth on our feet after tattoos. We're going to get a shark tooth tattoo just for the representation down the road, obviously.
Riley says that she's thrilled to be going home and she's grateful for the support of her friends who never left her side and her friend who got a tattoo with her as well.
Right.
Going to get a tattoo.
And another friend got her a little stuffed animal shark.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You know, some people will be like, I'm never getting in the ocean again. I want nothing to do with sharks. And she's like,
It's good attitude. Danny Beckstrom, who you got over there? Little
I mean,
super
it's
cats?
all about statistics, right? So statistically speaking, she's probably fine.
Yeah, that's right.
Here
Well, she
now.
already has credit, too. She already checked that off.
And the sharks are probably scared of her now because it's like she won. Like,
That is
I
true.
wouldn't mess with her again.
That is true.
You win and you get a tattoo of the whole thing. It's like mocking the sharks. Okay, go her. I like her. I like the attitude. Annie, what a gorgeous cat. Am I right? I mean, Mary, you really lucked out. That is a beautiful kitty. I thought it was darling. And Fiona here with her beautiful green eyes. I thought this was very cute. Full name Fiona Cupcake, and I should use her government name when she's on television. So Glenn, thank you for sharing. We also have siblings Angel and Gracie here from Lorraine, snuggled up on this cold Saturday morning. But Lorraine let the kitties know that we are thawing out. Temperatures this afternoon climbing above the freezing mark for the first time in what feels like many months, but really just for the week. Our highs today, upper 30s, close to 40. Less windy, so it's going to feel less harsh, but we get even more comfortable into tomorrow as highs return to a more average range for this time of year. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast for you coming up after the break.
This February at Renewal by Andersen, replace your windows, your patio doors, or your entry door, and we're going to give you an amazing opportunity. You ready? Pay nothing, and I mean zero zilch nada, for 18 months. Just to be clear, that's a year and a half. I'm talking about no deposit, no payments, and no interest until August of 2026. But remember, this February is the only month this whole year that Renewal by Andersen will offer this special financing. And did you know over 60% of all our customers choose to finance? It just makes sense. But hold on, why choose Renewal by Andersen in the first place? Well, we use an exclusive window material. It's called Fibrix. It never needs painting. It's twice as strong as vinyl. And it was designed to handle extreme temperature swings while repelling moisture and the elements. Speaking of the elements, our signature winter installation method protects your home from the cold during installation. Replace your windows, patio doors, or your front entry door, and there's no deposit, no payments, and no interest until August of 2026. Get them now and pay down the line. Plus, we're also taking 20% off every window, every patio door, and every one of our brand new beautiful ensemble entry doors. At Renewal by Andersen, we want to take care of the people who take care of us. That's why we're proud to offer an additional $300 discount to our military, first responders, and teachers. We truly appreciate you. Book a free window and door inspection with us, and make sure to call before February 28th to lock in our special financing. 1-800-334-4422. That's 1-800-334-4422.
All right, today's the last day of Kids Week at the Intrepid Museum. There will be plenty of ways kids can explore before they have to get back to school after winter break next week. The New York City Ghostbusters are going to be on site for a meet and greet, and kids can even make their own slime, which is epic. Also, robotic Lego creations will be there to check out. There's oh my gosh. All I can think is Obi-Wan Kenobi. What's wrong with that? That was R2-D2. I need Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you're a museum member, entry is free. Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
You're our only hope. All right, anyway.
That was really awesome. The kids can make slime and stuff.
Yes.
Highly recommend kids, if you're watching right now, because I know the kids love watching us on the weekend mornings.
They do.
Make some slime, then go home and just throw it all over the walls. It's going to make...
Rub it into the carpet.
Put it into the carpet.
It is soap. It's made of soap.
Are going to love it.
You guys have kids.
I do have
I'm going to need to borrow one of your children to go to that, because I want to go and I want to make slime, but
To not look like a weirdo?
I fear I would look a little weird.
My kids are bigger than both of us.
They are tall.
But yeah.
But Jack is
My kid's
technically in the
way
age
too young.
That's true.
They're going to be like, you clearly didn't come here for his entertainment.
Right.
Yes, I did.
It's 9 months.
Shut up.
He doesn't know what's
I don't know. I think little mini Pedro and I would have a
Sneak
great
'em in.
time making slime together. Outside
Yes.
on this Saturday morning before I threaten to kidnap any other children. 28 degrees, partly cloudy is what it's reading at. But this camera view, blue sunny skies, beautiful start to our Saturday morning. Even though it feels quite cold still, we are still below the freezing mark. We fixed that heading into this afternoon, and it is going to feel better today than it has felt for about a week. 26 up in the Bronx at Fordham, 28 on Staten Island, same for Coney Island, 30 for Newark, 26 in Bridgeport, down the shore sitting at 27 in Belmar. Now the wind chill is still making a big difference in how it feels, so it feels like teens and 20s across the area, although the gusts have started to settle down. But moving into this afternoon, under bright sunny skies with that moderating trend, it is a much better Saturday ahead of us. Not nearly feeling as harsh because temps do trend milder and our winds are settling down. That with sunshine makes for a pretty good Saturday, right? So I know it's feeling frigid out there still this morning, but our highs today climbing into the upper 30s, close to 40. We still hang out about 5 below normal, but without the wind, that 39 or 40 degrees feels a whole lot more comfortable than what we've felt for the past week or so. Some high clouds will stream in this afternoon, filtering the sun at times, but overall pretty quiet conditions for your Saturday. No issues for Saturday night plans. Just grab the coats, and overnight into tomorrow morning, our lows only fall to the 20s and 30s. So already we're starting in a better spot tomorrow morning, which means, of course, we finish in a better spot as well. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, with our highs climbing to the mid-40s, right on target for the seasonal average for the first time since last Sunday. So milder with a mix of sun and clouds Sunday. Similar story with more cloud cover on Monday as our highs hold in the mid-40s. We're watching this system passing to our north. It just sends us a few clouds. Then on Tuesday, we're watching some rain. The second half of Tuesday, afternoon and evening, it looks like some scattered showers favoring our northern neighborhoods. But I think my favorite part of Tuesday is the fact that our highs actually land in the low 50s. And it's a similar story on Wednesday. Highs in the low 50s, but we're back to sunny skies. So it looks like the best bet of the forecast period, given we have the milder temperatures and the sunny and dry conditions. Today, plenty of sunshine, but it takes us a minute to warm up. It's still feeling quite cold out there right now. Highs climb to the upper 30s, close to 40 degrees, still a touch below the seasonal average, but feeling much better because it's not quite as windy. So it's not going to feel feel is harsh out there. Tonight, a partly cloudy sky, and tomorrow even better. Highs in the mid-40s, right around where we should be this time of year, under a mix of sun and clouds with a fairly nice winter day. More clouds on Monday, similar temperature, and then on Tuesday we get that bump to the low 50s. Both Tuesday and Wednesday land there, and we're watching that rain chance Tuesday night into the overnight hours, but shouldn't mess with us a whole lot, and then we cool back down as we head into the end of the week. That's the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back.
The life-threatening danger of lithium-ion battery fires is real.
ABC-7 and the FDNY urge you to take safety measures.
Use only certified batteries. Learn how to charge them safely and store them outside. For more, go to abc7ny.com/Operation 7. Plus, watch Operation 7 Save a Life tonight at 7:30 on Channel 7. A political leash on Mayor Adams. Governor Hochul trying to stop a political crisis. Governor Patterson and Comptroller Lander up close Sunday morning at 11.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Lease a new 2025 Sportage LX for $249 a month.
What is this?
I multiply my winnings 100 times by playing the new bonus 100x scratch-off game. So I built a time machine to multiply the feeling of winning over and over again.
But what is this? What is this?
You again.
What is this?
So I multiply my winnings 100 times.
The new bonus X scratch-off games from the New York Lottery with prizes up to $5 million. Plus bonus games for an extra chance to win cash.
Heavenly beauty unfolds on stage. A lost civilization revived. Experience China's 5,000 years of wonder before communism. Breathtaking, inspiring. See it at least once in your lifetime. Coming to Lincoln Center, Palace Theater, State Theater, and NJ Pack from March 7th. Tickets at shenyun.com.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. Entering last night, the Knicks were 0-5 against the top 3 teams in the NBA. So wouldn't you know it, the next 2 games on the Knicks schedule against the Cavaliers and the Celtics, 2 of the top 3 teams in the NBA. Let's just say the trend continued. OG Anunoby making his return last night after missing the last 6 games with a toe injury at 5 points. But it was all Donovan Mitchell the rest of the way. He finished with a game-high 27 points, 24 of them coming in the first half. The Knicks get dismantled by the Cavaliers, 142-105 the final, the largest loss under coach Tom Thibodeau. Over to the hottest team in New York. The ladies of NYU have won again for the 54th straight time. Yet another game added to the longest winning streak in the country. The Violets cruised to an 83-52 win over Carnegie Mellon University last night. Just for good measure, with their win last night, the Violets clinched their 4th straight conference title. It is just me, or does it feel like the World Series just ended? And is it just me, or is everyone ready for baseball to be back? I got good news. Baseball is back. The Yankees playing their first spring training game against the Rays. Aaron Judge not in the lineup to keep him rested and healthy. Marcus Stroman got the start for the Yankees amid the trade talks. He went 1 inning, 1 strikeout, 2 hits. Yankees offseason addition, Paul Goldschmidt, providing the Yankees offensive spark in the bottom of the first. Goldie rips 1 to deep left field. Off the wall, 2 runs coming to score. Great start for the spring for the Bronx Bombers. Yankees win 4-0. But before yesterday afternoon's first pitch, the Yankees modified one of the longest and most iconic franchise rules in sports. The Bronx Bombers are once again allowed to be the bearded Bronx Bombers. The rule was established back in 1976 by George Steinbrenner, but yesterday morning changed by by his son Hal to allow well-groomed beards effective immediately. Garrett Cole said the only guidelines they offered is to not look like Duck Dynasty. An interesting visual for the seemingly new-look Yankees. Hal, what was the reason for the change?
Winning was the most important thing to my father. And again, I think if somebody came and told him that they were, very sure that this could affect us getting the players we want to get, I don't know. I think he might be a little more apt to do the change that I did than people think.
The new rule change sparking some interest from Yankees alum Derek Jeter took to Instagram, and Derek is sporting a new look. And that's the end of sports. Go out there and have a great Saturday morning, everybody.
We're counting down to Oscar Sunday. In an unusual award season, are some new Oscar favorites emerging? Hear from the nominees and first-time Oscar host Conan O'Brien. Don't miss On the Red Carpet.
Today, late night after Eyewitness News.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Get President's Day savings on the all-new Kicks, the all-new Murano, or our best-selling Rogue, a consumer guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. So, when's the next adventure?
I think I just found it.
For the #1 shopping experience according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get a low $229 per month lease on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer, choose the right law firm by asking, what are your highest verdicts? What experience do you have? How many lawyers are on staff? How many clients have you represented? Speak to Weitz & Luxembourg at 800-LAW-6789 to get unmatched answers. It's the biggest financial decision of your life. Call 800-LAW-6789 or visit mesowin.com.
Come on, what can I do to help you?
Come on, buddy, headphones.
What?
Hey! Okay, all right. What kind of movie?
Said I don't want to talk about it.
Wait. Trey, what are you doing? And the molecules will...
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Miley? ABC-7 thanks you for helping to protect our children.
Now, New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
President Trump defends Doge team and Elon Musk as thousands of employees protest the mass federal layoffs affecting multiple agencies.
Average cost of eggs for a dozen, about $5 in the whole country. We're going to tell you about one farm that has been helping out New Yorkers in need, giving them away for free.
Giving them away for free. And we got some free chills this morning. Take a live look outside. Bitter cold out there. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday, February 22nd. It's interesting. So something I learned from Mr. Ritter, because everybody, of course, you want to do what Ritter does, right?
Yes.
So he likes to walk in between the sets, in between the shows. He walks outside just to get some fresh air.
Right.
I did that this morning, and I was like, I'll take in the Upper West Side. I'll enjoy it. I couldn't.
Yeah. Because?
It was cold. It was like,
this is what happens.
All morning long you've been optimistic and saying it's getting warmer, but
not yet.
It's not even close. It's freezing. It's not fun.
He's bitter about the bitter.
Yes.
I'm bitter. I was trying to be Ritter, and instead I got bitter.
Bitter and cold.
Yeah.
2 words to describe the weather out there and the way he describes me.
No, that is not true.
It's more like my heart.
In your heart. No, I mean,
y'all stop it.
Buck up, Buttercup. That's all I'm going to say, because it is getting better. Okay, we're coming off such a cold week. Been sub-freezing for days now, and it's nice to see that heading into this afternoon, we're starting to thaw out. But is it very cold still this morning? Yes, it is.
Double it.
Give me a couple hours before the complaints are issued, okay? Right now, we're looking at 27 and sunny. The wind has calmed down from yesterday, so that's already helping us out. But with air temperature in the 20s and even a light breeze, you know it feels colder out there. The feels like temperature is 14 in Newark, 18 in Bridgeport, 19 in Belmar. So Pedro is right. It's still feeling frigid, but give it a couple hours. Sunny skies today, few high clouds in the mix this morning, and more where that came from this afternoon. But in general, our highs are rebounding a bit, or at least starting to moderate today. We'll jump to the upper 30s, close to 40 degrees today, which is already better than where we've been all week long. Still a touch below the seasonal average, but if it's not warm enough for you, just wait until tomorrow. We get another 5 degrees tomorrow, putting us right on target for the seasonal average, the first time in the 40s since last Sunday, so it's been a minute. And that's not even where the warming trend stops. By Tuesday into Wednesday, we're looking at highs in the low 50s, and by then, I'm hoping the complaints stop, Pedro. I'm kidding. I know it has been awfully cold, but it's nice to see temperatures do warm as we head into the next several days. The trade-off here, Tuesday, Wednesday, with those highs in the low 50s, is the fact that we have rain chances returning, where this weekend we stick with the dry conditions and a little more sunshine. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast for you coming up in just a few minutes, but for now, I'll send it back to you, Michelle.
All right. Thank you so much, Danny. We continue to see rallies calling for Governor Hochul to remove Mayor Adams from office. In fact, this afternoon, the New York Immigration Coalition plans a rally from Washington Square Park to City Hall Park.
Yeah, yesterday, a judge ruled to vacate the mayor's criminal trial, but not the federal corruption charges against him. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis joins us live from City Hall with more. Good morning, Marcus.
Good morning, Pedro and Michelle. Indeed, it has been a busy week for the mayor and the governor as well, because earlier in the week, Governor Kathy Hochul met with city and state leaders, both inside and outside of government, legal experts as well, as she weighed the decision whether or not to remove Eric Adams from office. Now, there have been calls to remove the mayor because of this supposed quid pro quo with the Trump administration in exchange for dropping the criminal charges against him, that the mayor would somehow be carrying out the president's immigration policies. Now, the governor said she chose not to remove the mayor because she didn't want to undermine the electoral process, that he was elected by the citizens of New York, but she does want to reassure those citizens that there is some sort of stability in City Hall. She announced a series of guardrails, including oversight on City Hall by an inspector general. The mayor, while accepting it, says he doesn't necessarily think it's necessary.
I worked well with the governor, and I'm going to continue to do so. And I shared with her that we want to continue to make sure this city is moving in the right direction. She did an evaluation. We felt as though we did not need that. There was no legal reason to do it. I'm going to continue to do what I did every day for the last 3 years and throughout my entire life. I'm going to move this city forward and protect New Yorkers.
Well, even though the Justice Department requested that the charges be dropped against him, the judge in the case adjourned it rather than dismissing the charges. Instead, he appointed outside counsel to argue against the DOJ's position, and so that, for now, is adjourned. The criminal charges remain in place for now. As for that rally today, it kicks off at noon and again starts at Washington Square Park, makes its way here to City Hall Park. We're live in Lower Manhattan. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Marcus, thank you. Members of the LGBTQ+ community gathered in the Village to remember a transgender man who was brutally murdered upstate. A vigil was held at the Church of the Village for Sam Nordquist. Police say 5 people tortured the 24-year-old transgender man for over a month before dumping his body in a field. Authorities say there's no evidence this was a hate crime, and the suspected killers also identified as LGBTQ+.
There is grief and sadness. There also is deep concern and deep heartbreak and deep rage.
This week, 2 more people were charged in the murder of Sam Nordquist, bringing the total number of arrests to 7.
The Trump administration is defending all the work that DOJ is doing as protests grow against the government's ongoing massive cuts. Here's ABC's Johnny Fernandez.
There is growing backlash against President Trump over his sweeping federal layoffs and Elon Musk's drive to cut government spending, leaving voters in red districts furious over the cuts. Some speaking out during a town hall hosted by Republican Congressman Rich McCormick.
We are all freaking pissed off about this. You're going to hear it and feel it.
This as President Trump defends the work being done by Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency. But polls show voters are concerned about Trump's handling of one of their top issues, inflation, and his campaign pledge to bring down prices on day one. A Washington Post Ipsos poll shows 53% of Americans disapprove of how the president is handling the economy, and a new CNN poll shows 62% say Trump has not done enough to bring prices down. Friday, the president responding.
I have today the highest poll numbers I've ever had. That's what I was just told. And they like the job that we're doing. They like the job that Elon's doing. He's doing something that a lot of people wouldn't have the courage to do.
Johnny Fernandez, ABC News, New York.
The Vatican reports Pope Francis will not lead the noontime prayer tomorrow from St. Peter's Square because he's still in the hospital recovering from double pneumonia. The pontiff slept well overnight, still has a long road to recovery. The 88-year-old was admitted to the hospital a little more than a week ago after a bout of bronchitis got worse. He's expected to remain there in the hospital for at least another week. Francis's doctors say the best scenario would see him returning to his residence, cured of all these infections, but of course his chronic conditions will remain.
Passengers have filed the first 2 lawsuits following a plane crash landing in Toronto earlier this week. The plaintiffs say Delta's negligence contributed to the crash. They're seeking monetary damages, saying the incident caused them to suffer extreme injuries and emotional distress. 80 passengers and crew were able to get off the plane alive, but more than 20 were treated for injuries and have since been released from the hospital. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
A nonprofit on Long Island is working to make buying a house more affordable. Uniondale Community Land Trust is allowing first-time home buyers the chance to apply to buy a home for about $285,000 through a lottery. That's about half the going rate in Uniondale. The winner of the lottery will buy the home. They'll get a chance to, but they will just own the building, the home. They'll lease the land from the nonprofit. They won't own that, which prevents the buyer from flipping it. They don't want you to just buy something inexpensive and sell it at a profit.
We are trying our best. There are a lot of people who went to school here who've had to move because they can't afford the current state of homes.
This will really help. The deadline for the lottery is Monday.
All right, coming up next on Eyewitness News, an exclusive look at preps underway for the return of Cirque du Soleil in New York City.
Well, if you want my 2 cents on interest rates, we got options.
My 2 cents. This one's priced to sell.
My 2 cents?
My 2 cents?
My 2 cents? My 2 cents?
My 2 cents? Here's my 2 cents on planning for the future. Interest plus interest equals more interest. Come on now. You gonna drink that?
Hi, Joan. Perfect timing. I have a few questions.
Of course. Let's look at your plan.
Do you have bad credit? Is it a problem getting a car loan? We can help at Hudson Hyundai in Jersey City. No matter your credit pass, there can be a new Hyundai in your future with only $68 down. With over 650 vehicles in stock, Tier 1 customers can drive home any new Tucson, Santa Fe, or Palisade with just $68 down. That's right, $68 down delivers any new Tucson, Santa Fe, or Palisade. Over 650 vehicles in stock. Get to Hudson Hyundai. Call 888-453-0152 for a pre-approval right now.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. Injured, we became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Scat left, wide track, can 52, on 1. Ready?
Ready.
Seriously, you guys are the best.
We sure are.
At the health system stuff.
Not the best football team, but the best health system. Oh, boy. #1 for quality care in the U.S.
Welcome back. Cirque du Soleil is going to raise its iconic Big Top in the Big Apple for the first time in more than 5 years.
Yeah, the famous troupe brings its high-flying performance to New York City next month. So, of course, we sent Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson to get us a preview.
1, 2, 3, and push!
It was all hands on deck, a carefully orchestrated operation here on Randall's Island involving 126 metal poles.
It's a really cool, just coordinated dance to pop in and pop out and do that and move over there and get the tension and go.
As Cirque du Soleil returns to New York City, and we got an exclusive peek. Sarah Morales is assistant technical director, has been with the show for 9 years.
I love that my job takes me to places. Like, I don't have to think about where I want to go to vacation. They just go, hey, next year you're going to go here, 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 and here.
Lucia opens March 5th. This is the first stop of the North American tour. A team of 124 people, including 47 artists, never disappoints. And with this specific production, incorporates rain. Roughly 2,600 gallons of water kept at 82 degrees drains through about 95,000 holes in the stage. It's recycled for the entire run of show in each city, which features other mind-boggling special effects.
When you think you've seen it and you're like, oh, wow, that's cool, then later it does something else.
This is actually step one. It takes 7 days to set up this operation, just 3 to tear it down. Cirque was last year in the city in 2019. This group just wrapped up 9 months of shows in Australia. Sarah tells me a whirlwind experience.
It's super fun to see. You kind of forget when you've switched countries. You're like, oh yeah, here they don't do a standing ovation. There they do. Here they stomp. Here they clap.
Soon expect all of the above and then some here under the Big Tent. Kimberly Richardson, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
So you want to get up there?
No.
You said you wanted to try it.
No trapezing for me, or flipping, or being blasted out of a cannon, or
I like watching people do it.
Or stretching my legs like that guy was doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you like watching people.
Being
Me
on
too.
The ground, just, hey, great job. That's me.
No.
Find me the nearest cannon. I'm climbing in.
Are you going to do it?
I want to do the trapeze so bad because there's the trapeze school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Charlene were talking about it.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Right?
This is not about me. This is about the animals.
Really?
Okay, we've got some cute adoptable kitties today. Today from Animal Haven. If you're interested in any of these babies, you can find their information on the screen behind me. You can see their phone number. If you want to email, it's info@animalhaven.org. We're going to start with Willie here, a 10-year-old domestic short hair, and this is a beautiful kitty cat. Willie is fairly new to the to Animal Haven, so they're not totally sure of his personality just yet, but I know that Willie is a handsome guy. We also have, I don't know how to say this cat's name, I'll be really honest with you, but this is a kitten, 7-month-old, also a domestic, how do you say it? Mucha? I don't know. Michelle is smarter than me, so that's probably right. But also a very cute kitty who's fairly new to the shelter. And finally, we have Wheezy here, who's 7 years old and is a very curious cat, the kind of cat that doesn't really leave you alone. So if you're looking for a companion that will follow you through every door, Animal Haven says Wheezy is your guy. He's also very snuggly and loves attention. So it sounds like I'm describing myself, but it's actually Wheezy. If you are interested in any of those babies, again, Animal Haven is where they're located in Manhattan. Today, starting cold. I know it feels frigid out there, but we are moving the right direction as a thaw out is our big weekend headline. Today, temperatures will climb to the upper 30s, close to 40, under a mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. But we finally get back to average tomorrow, really for the first time since last Sunday. So we continue that warming trend. I'll let you know when 50s make a comeback in the full AccuWeather forecast after the break.
Most Planet Fitness clubs are open 24 hours, so you can work out whenever.
We're coming in early. Staying late.
Whatever works for you.
Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th.
Look at this. A Medicare plan with a prepaid card for healthy groceries and other expenses.
Is that from Aetna?
Yeah. Why?
I have an Aetna Medicare plan. I get a prepaid card with a monthly allowance I can use on groceries, utilities, and I got to keep my doctor.
Really?
Yep.
I guess it can't hurt to call.
Never hurts to call.
If you are turning 65 and have Medicaid, call us at 1-877-38-ETNA. We'll explain plans with benefits you may be eligible for. Our dual eligible special needs plans offer dental, vision, and hearing, a dedicated care team to help you use your benefits, plus a card with a monthly allowance you can use to help pay for groceries and more.
So I can get all of these benefits on top of what I already get?
That's right. You keep your Medicaid benefits and get even more from Aetna Medicare.
Wow.
Let me walk you through the plan. Make sure your doctor and prescriptions are covered and talk about the local support you'll get.
Call 1-877-38-ETNA today, and let's make healthier happen together.
So, did it hurt to call?
No, not at all.
Dear ski trip, ready for Black Diamond adventure? Let's pack it in with tons of room for the whole crew and travel first class all the way to the top. Grand Highlander.
Get President's Day savings all month long. Lease a new Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive for just $519 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's something all Americans have been struggling with, the rise of the eggs, right? Costs so much nowadays. And I mean, when you think about it, eggs are essential for pretty much every ingredient in about everything.
A farm in upstate New York, though, is putting people over profit, they say. Made a trip to New York City to give out 200 dozen eggs to people in need in Brooklyn and Queens.
I love this. So these three friends, including the farmer from Triple J Farm, wanted to give back because they say the working people are the backbone of the community. But too often, they can't find relief from the rising prices of goods.
We was just talking about how the egg crisis right now is really crazy, and things as a farmer, we was like, you know, since we have the product, why not we just give it out to free to help the people?
The farmers from Windsor, New York, gave away 100 dozen eggs at each location, and as you can see, long lines formed. The cold weather did not deter people from receiving the generous donations. Average price of a dozen eggs right now is about $5 nationwide. Yeah. Lowest price, Trader Joe's, $3.49. Did you know that?
You
lost leader.
They weren't
it's a loss
like
leader.
An hour.
That's true.
If you're not there,
you better get it.
It's all gone.
But
what an idea, right? It's like we have.
I know.
Product. Let's
give it away, right?
Who would have thought?
We have gracious plenty.
We do. We do.
It's nice.
I love that. And I'm glad that the cold conditions didn't keep people from lining up.
Yeah.
I know.
It's finally getting better, though. I'm so excited to talk about the thaw-out because it was a frigid week, right? All week long, those highs coming in below freezing. We're climbing above the freezing mark today and should be back closer to average by tomorrow. Right now, we're seeing sunny skies. Looks beautiful, even if it still feels a little on the cold side. As far as wind goes today, gusts settle down, generally under 25 miles per hour, so it won't contribute to the harsh feel quite as much. Temperatures trend up, close to 40 today, back to normal tomorrow, but the warming trend takes us to the 50s by the middle of this coming week. And the rain, that's the trade-off. We do have a chance for scattered showers by Tuesday, but with the milder conditions, I still think we're taking that trade. Right now, 21 in Poughkeepsie, 26 in Bridgeport, 29 in Somerville. Factor in the light breeze, and we're still seeing wind chills in the teens. Of course, that's what you got to dress for, and it's still feeling pretty frigid. But again, not going to feel quite as harsh heading into this afternoon without that wind. And the sky looks beautiful and sunny. Right now, really clear conditions with high pressure in control. Sunny skies to start our Saturday. Some high clouds sliding in this afternoon as our high temperatures make their way to the upper 30s, close to 40. So this is still a touch below normal by about 5 degrees, but we're coming off such cold days that this is going to feel like major improvement, especially since the wind speed does settle down. So already feeling better out there, a lot more tolerable when we're talking 40 and sun without the wind. Saturday night plans, no issues, just a partly cloudy sky, and our lows overnight fall to the 20s and low 30s across the tri-state. This is definitely going to feel more comfortable. Is it cold? Of course, it's sub-freezing, but a better starting spot tomorrow means a much better landing spot as our highs make their way to the mid-40s. We'll get a mix of sun and clouds for your Sunday, but this is finally near normal for, again, the first time in about a week. The last time we hit 40s was last Sunday, so it's been a minute. And a similar temperature on Monday, but a few more clouds in the mix. Watching this system pass to our north that sends us those clouds, but our temperatures land in the mid-40s. We're bumping that up to low 50s as we head into Tuesday, but that's when this system could bring us a little bit of a rain chance. Looks like Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, mainly north of New York City. Few scattered showers, not a huge deal, and it's out of here by Wednesday, which means Wednesday is shaping up to be the best bet of the 7-day because we stick with the highs in the low 50s and we get decreasing clouds with more sun. So better weather ahead. Just got to make it through your cold Saturday morning. Sunny and cold now. Highs today upper 30s, close to 40. Not as cold, not as windy. So although we are still below average, it feels better. Tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the 20s and 30s, and tomorrow, average. And average has never sounded so good. Mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures near normal. A rather nice winter day. More clouds in the mix on Monday, but temperatures hold close to normal. And then we get that bump Tuesday and Wednesday in the low 50s. Behind that storm system, we do cool down again, trending closer to average once again by Friday, but I am looking forward to the 50s. That's the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back.
Hey,
New York. Turn this off. Turn this on. Get breaking news and headlines right when you wake up with Charlene Alacott.
Good morning, everybody.
And Mike Marza.
Following breaking news.
Start your day early. Monday starting at 4:30 a.m. on Channel 7 Eyewitness News this morning.
For some, it's their first plunge into a fascinating undersea world. For others, it's an annual pilgrimage. Either way, with the only living coral barrier reef in the continental United States and endless shipwrecks to explore, diving in the Florida Keys is a once-in-a-lifetime experience you deserve to experience more than once. Get below the surface in the Florida Keys and Key West.
So I was on my way home from a basketball game, and I started to feel a very sharp pain in my back and down my legs. And it was excruciating. And there were numerous tumors pinching all the nerves in my spinal canal.
I knew that he had a very, very active lifestyle. After minimally invasive spine surgery, I was very optimistic that we would be able to get him there.
To be able to walk again without pain after 36 hours, magnificent.
I am very active, but my spine was so crooked, the pain level was beyond control. So like every morning when I would wake up, I couldn't believe I had to face another day. I had no hope.
Everyone was telling her nothing can be done, and I'm telling her confidently we can address her scoliosis with surgery. It's something we do multiple times a week.
New York Presbyterian gave me my life back, and I'm so grateful.
Trump, Zelensky, Putin. What's the president's next move on Russia and Ukraine? Plus, Kristi Noem, exclusive Sunday morning on ABC's This Week.
Join us for This Week Sunday morning starting at 10 a.m. right here on ABC.
As you may have heard, this is our final broadcast from this building on the Upper West Side. We've been here for decades, and I figured it wouldn't be right for me to do the final forecast from 7 Lincoln. We had to bring in the big guns. Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg, up and at 'em.
The OG,
Saturday
the
morning. Yeah, Saturday morning. I'm going to need you to do the final forecast for me.
That's a nice
Take
slide.
it away. I know, I didn't even rehearse that.
You know, I came in just because I just want to see the lights turned out, and you were gracious enough
No, I put you to work.
to say that. So I really appreciate it. And you, in your 2.5 years, have made the last days here even better. So I appreciate
I
you.
did script that for him. So
no, it's not true. We love you.
It is impromptu. And forever I will call you Buttercup from now on, now that it was done in this show.
You're welcome.
So, yeah.
How many years, Lee?
29 here at the station. Yeah.
More than half your life. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, beautiful building. Right, came here single, married now, 2 kids that are empty nesters, the whole thing.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah, it's and this. Listen, I'm going to finishing where my roots are. Yeah,
right?
sitting next to Michelle.
For years ago, we were right here and over there, right next door, next to the live studio.
You've been throwing out to me at the Botanical Gardens every week, and we've been doing our live shots. So it's amazing sitting next to you and welcoming you. We did our Christmas email show together, and I got to sit next to Pedro for the first time.
I'm just happy I got to do my gear here before we moved down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, good stuff.
That's true. Yes.
Let me give the 7-day. So essentially, it's sweater weather, as you can see. It's sweater weather. So we will say it's a beautiful day in the old neighborhood. Some sun and high clouds, not as cold this afternoon as Danny's been telling you, and a little above average tomorrow, 45. A little more cloudiness on Monday. Might have a shower in the afternoon hours on Tuesday, especially north. Pick of the week will be Wednesday, so take that lap around the west side, Pedro. A few showers on Thursday, and then a chillier breeze on Friday. It is a nice, smooth sailing evening to debut at 7 Hudson. It'll be around 36 degrees or so when Jeff hits the air doing weather down there.
Those are our new digs,
Pretty
7
awesome,
Hudson.
Right? Now listen, as much as we've been gushing about how amazing this building is.
Yeah.
We got the tools down there to kill it for you guys at home, so you will love it. You will.
And it's going to be. I mean, we're going to do what we do. Right? It doesn't change. I mean,
all the same people, same viewers, same everything.
There's the fabric of the city. It always will be Eyewitness News. There's no doubt about it.
Well, before we go to end the whole thing from here, we need to take a minute to pay tribute to the studio that's been our home since June of 1979 and the one right over there. 46 years of breaking news stories, in-depth coverage, countless 7 on Your Side investigations.
Yeah, beginning at 6 o'clock, we're going to be broadcasting from our studio at 7 Hudson Square. We're excited about it. Again, same Eyewitness News, same great journalism, same storytelling, but just coming from a different location. We pride ourselves on keeping you up to date with everything you need to know about the entire tri-state area. That's not changing.
Now we have even better digs, even better tools, all the same roomies. It's just going to be from the new home. home. We're going to see you there tomorrow morning. There's my mom and dad. My mom walked me over here when I was 27 years old. There's all our friends.
Wow.
Liz and Heather, and there's Sam. There's you. Phil Lipoff, ladies and gentlemen. He was here with Lee.
And don't forget your real husband.
I love it. Joe Torres. I met my husband here. So fantastic. Rob Nelson wearing the crazy puffy coat. It was so cold outside. We kept him on.
And look who else is here.
Mike Marza. Come on over. Tony Yates. I'm still going through all the archives here.
Pictures.
I love it. I know. Hey, who's that guy? He's very handsome. He should stay here.
That guy.
He should stay. Keep him. I don't know. There's the behind-the-scenes geniuses who make us look good. Andrew and Jen and Melissa and Lulu. Diana Williams and me back in the day. So fun. Donna Hayes, ladies and gentlemen, she had her last day at work yesterday, retiring.
Oh,
and that's my first headshot.
I'm still waiting for my signed headshot.
You are?
Fantastic.
Are you really? Oh, that's so cute.
How does it feel for you, Sean? How does it feel?
You know, it's
Sorry, love.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't
Go
right
ahead.
there. Oh, thank you.
Probably should ask.
No, but it's sentimental because there's just so much rich history here.
Yeah.
You know, the founders of Eyewitness News came here, and look, we've just been dominant in the market, and I think a part of our success is that we care about our community.
Yeah.
We care what happens, and so we're going to take all of those values, as you said, and take it to the brand new building. So we're really excited, and I had to be here for the lights out.
Oh, it's fun.
Well, good job.
The Upper West Side.
I know.
We still love the Upper West Side.
Good job,
That's
everybody.
it. Yay!
Let's do it.
Yay!
So thank you for tuning in again
Thanks,
tonight
everybody.
at 6 o'clock. We'll be down there for the first broadcast. Then join us tomorrow to see what it looks like on the morning show with us.
I know. We're going to be sitting this close. I'm not kidding. It's a closer show.
Thank you, 7 Lincoln.
I can't wait.
We love you, 7 Lincoln.
Join ABC7 in celebrating Black History Month. All February, Eyewitness News is bringing you inspiring stories of the Black experience,
the groundbreaking moments, and powerful voices that shape the rich legacy of Black heritage.
Black History Month. Watch or stream all month long
on ABC7.
Sponsored by Spectrum and TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
I'm Joe Torres. Join us in celebrating our Latino community. Give voice to the people and share the resources that matter to you.
Watch Tiempo wherever you stream ABC7 New York.
I smoke when I'm reading. I smoke when I'm playing. I smoke after dinner.
When you smoke around kids, it's like they're smoking. Kids with asthma who are exposed to secondhand smoke have more frequent and severe asthma attacks. It's time to clear the air.
It's time to dare to compare. President's Day edition. Compare our unbeatable prices endorsed by Honest Abe. And the competition by Chester Arthur. Exactly. Dare to compare this President's Day at Bob's.
Do you have bad credit? Is it a problem getting a car loan? We can help at Hudson Hyundai in Jersey City. No matter your credit pass, there can be a new Hyundai in your future with only $68 down. With over 650 vehicles in stock, Tier 1 customers can drive home any new Tucson, Santa Fe, or Palisade with just $68 down. That's right, $68 down delivers any new Tucson, Santa Fe, or Palisade. Over 650 vehicles in stock. Get to Hudson Hyundai. Call 888-453-0152 for a pre-approval right now.
Watch Operation 7 Save a Life tonight at 7:30 on Channel 7.